people are unjustly being put in prison and having their lives destroyed for choosing a substance that's, somewhere between coffee and beer. As far as I'm concerned, this is not that strong of a substance. I've smoked 5 joints since you and I have been sitting here together. Of the strongest pot in the world. I could keep going for hours.
Greg smokes a lot more pot than the average person.
There we are, live. Good day, everyone out there in Pot TV land. You can hear us all right, you can see us okay. We're just sitting here smoking weed. I'm Marijuana Man. This is Al the Alchemist. High atop the offices of the BC Marijuana Party and Cannabis Culture Headquarters.
What's happening?
Coming to you live from Vancouver. So, welcome to the show. It's Wednesday. We're smoking some good weed today. I'm rolling up some sweet skunk right now. Very nice. So, let's cut to camera. Other camera. There's Jeremiah and Mr. Marius in the house.
Loading up bong rips. That's what I'm about to do.
So you might want to rip bongs along with those guys.
Woohoo!
And here on the bud cam is our good pal Adam Jang's back in the house.
Our good bud.
Our good bud. So we're getting some tunes laid down for us today.
We found the bud pleasures?
No, new one.
Oh. New one?
I went and bought another one.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't see the one. It's not on your desk.
I want to wish my sister a happy 42nd birthday. Happy birthday, Al's sister.
Al's sister, happy birthday.
You're now an old bag. Haha.
So glad to see a lot of familiar names in the chat today. Slow Boat, Vapor 666 is in the house.
Vapor.
Booth 666. Vapor Central's there. Canadian Master. Valley Boy Wave, good on ya. Timmy 71. Trailer Trash. Juno AK. Big Joints. Northern Bong too.
Green Springs in the house too somewhere.
Yeah, Green Springs there. Steel Town. Good on everybody to be there today. Hope you got something good to smoke. Because I do. Smoking sweet skunk today. So, yeah. Another week has gone by. We're, let's see what we got here for you today. There was a whole bunch of stuff that I found in the news. Now, last week we talked about an old lady in Swaziland. She got busted for her little garden. Now, here's another 70-year-old woman in Moscow. Police discovered 14 marijuana plants flourishing in her garden. Now, the 70-year-old woman said that she didn't know that the pretty bushes she was tending to were marijuana plants. That's what I said, too, one time. That's what everybody says. I didn't know.
It takes a certain character to use that one as a defense. So there were tomatoes.
Several of them were 2 meters tall, with no tomatoes on them.
I don't know what those are, but if you say they're illegal, sir, you should take them out of my hands, because I don't want to be responsible.
Now, the police said they were tipped off by a 26-year-old man who said he recently noticed the charming shrubbery. Charming shrubbery. And he snipped off a bit for later use, he said.
Interesting.
Now, the man, who police said was an unemployed ex-con, had earlier been caught keeping 100 grams of cannabis in his dresser at home.
that was the first little snippet of charming shrubbery he obtained.
You know, he's been going around snipping charming shrubbery all over Moscow. A criminal case has been opened for the possession of an especially large amount of illegal narcotic. Punishable up to 10 years in prison and a fine of 500,000 rubles. And you know...
That's a lot of rubles.
That's a lot of rubles. Now, earlier this month, a logistics worker for the Federal Drug Control Service in Russia was charged with a felony possession after 25 buckets of marijuana was discovered at his house. 25 buckets.
Yeah, this guy doesn't deal in ounces or grams or pounds. It's like, nah, it's bucket. I don't know what the bucket weighs this time, but if you want the bucket, this is how much the bucket costs.
So if you're buying weed in Russia, know that you're going to get it by the bucket.
There's bucket loads of it over there.
There are
That's what I heard.
Now, he, of course, said he was cultivating for personal use. Because when asked by the judge how much he smoked, he said, buckets full.
A bucket a day.
Bucket a day. So, seems to be the same everywhere in the world. Now, in Denver, Colorado, place, of course, where everybody knows that marijuana has been legalized in the state, they're having a big fight over marijuana advertising. They don't want them to be advertising their marijuana. And these are medicinal dispensaries. Now, granted that they've gone right out there to advertise their stuff, but it's certainly no different than beer. Now, let me see if I can find a picture for you guys.
I'd be like, my billboard would say, the yellowest herb in Colorado. That's fucking awesome.
Right here, let me see.
And look, it's right over a Bud Light sign.
I'll pull this picture up for you here somehow. Let's see. Let's see if we can't pull up the Bud Cam and take a look at this picture. Now here's one of the signs that they're talking about. For many reasons, I prefer marijuana over alcohol. Does that make me a bad person?
I love that it says Bud Light.
Now, further down in the picture, it is all beer and malt high liquors. Mile High Liquor Store, Bud Light. You can barely see the marijuana sign. No, it's all fucking nonsense, folks.
I'd also like to give props to Hotaki number 18.
Yeah, man, Hoteki. Haven't smoked any of that yet.
Well, I would suggest number 18 because it's pretty fucking good. I'm going to try 11 next.
So, further along to that kind of story, now, when you go onto the Denver homepage, they... the very first permanent structure in Denver was a saloon. All right. They have, every year, they have the Great American Beer Festival, which this year they're featuring 2,500 different beers to sample.
Wow.
In 2 days. In 2 days. Now,
That's ridiculous.
I wonder if anybody will get drunk.
I wonder if anybody's going to puke and fight.
well, last Monday, the Denver's City Council voted 13-0 to ban outdoor advertising for medical marijuana. All right. So
They don't want to cover up the beer signs.
yeah, that's right. Now they call themselves the Beer City. They actually do on their homepage.
Denver is
Yes,
Beer
they have
city.
more breweries than any other city in the United
You
States.
would think Milwaukee would
No,
Plan a trip to Denver, I guess.
hold claim to that.
Mile High
They
City.
do have a team called the Brewers.
Now, in the United States, alcohol is related to something like 75,000 deaths every year.
The death dealers.
Alcohol causes nearly 4% of deaths worldwide.
That's a huge number.
4%. That's 6,000 people a day are dying on this earth because of alcohol.
So that's why they get a pass. Population control says, hey, you know what? We need more.
We need more alcohol.
More alcohol vendors.
No, these, I don't know, wherever you live, I think everybody should be campaigning to get your city councilors, your town councilors, the fuck away from making decisions about shit for you.
Because they're probably drunk.
Their wings should be clipped totally. No, they're just ill-equipped and untrained, uneducated. They should be more figureheads than they are, because they should not. The city council of fucking Denver, what do they know about medical marijuana and awash in beer, and they don't give a shit? No, it's fucking stupid. Don't get me started. We could do a whole show on that.
It's a good thing I didn't wear my Bud Light shirt today.
But today's show is High, How High the Moon is the title of today's show.
The moon? It's pretty high. I tried to reach it one day, and I had 2 stools on top of a ladder, and it was still a few inches away.
It was further away than you thought.
Yeah.
It's actually 384,400 kilometers.
How much is that in grams?
Well, if one show equals 3 ounces, then
That's about 16 coconuts.
the weight in grams.
Yeah, it's about 16 coconuts. The average coconut is about 2.8 pounds.
Blind Pig says
2.8 times
285,000 miles to be exact. Well, that ain't exact.
16. Nah, because
You can't round it off to 285,000, like perfect. It's 238,855 miles.
there you go.
So, you'll want to look for a vehicle that gives you the best highway mileage, I think.
Or a
is what
really,
you're
really long vehicle, so you only got to drive a short
You
distance.
don't have to drive a short distance. That would be good.
Because it would
So-
be expensive. That's for sure. The fuel.
So I know what you're thinking. What the hell does the moon have to do with from under the influence and smoking
Well-
copious amounts of weed? What could it possibly... Well, it turns out, and I had no clue. We had planned the show last Christmas, wasn't it?
Yes.
Christmas or New Year's, we planned this show.
Last Christmas, next Wednesday.
So, yeah, next Wednesday, that's right. Well, we should do an anniversary of that. But I digress. Now, we planned that show a long time ago and had no clue whatsoever that the Earth and the Moon have such an integral role to play here. The Moon, actually, one would say, is the lungs of the Earth.
Well, I'll tell you something. All of the cannabis I have right here, these 4 jars, have been planted and harvested according to lunar cycles. Cloning gets done right around a full moon, because when the moon is full, it changes the tidal pull and the flow of the water and all of that kind of stuff. When you clone during a full moon, you get roots way quicker. So, and also when you harvest during a full moon, your weed tastes better. So,
Well,
what does the moon have to do with getting high, you might ask?
so the
Quite a lot.
moon is technically the lungs of the Earth. The tide movement creates the opportunity for this planet to breathe, and
Yeah.
coincidentally enough, we here at From Under the Influence are the lungs of this operation too. So
I agree.
We have a lot in common with the moon.
we do have a lot in common. Now, I don't know how many of you remember this old school shit. There didn't ever used to be a moon. Oddly enough, until one day.
Well,
when
they bought it.
Earth and something called Titan collided. Big day for Earth that was. The Earth increased in size quite a bit.
And
from
you know,
that.
that's...
It really pumped us up. We fucking slammed into Titan and we survived.
That's when the Earth quit drinking, actually, too.
That's right. Smoking and drinking the same day. It was a tough day for Earth.
Yeah.
But in the midst of that explosion, pounded off this big chunk off to the fucking side. And it was about 9.4 billion acres or something. I don't know how many football fields that is. But
I think that was
I think
before my time.
Blind Pig will let us know.
4.5 football fields.
I've heard several theories. There's a crackpot theory that we've had several moons before this one, and they've all sort of cycled around and then eventually slammed into the Earth. Fire ice theory, I think I read in a book called Morning of the Magicians. So
I believe a very popular theory amongst the infants, and it's that the Earth is made of cheese,
yes.
Cheese.
and that a giant put it there.
Well, that seems true enough to me.
I like that
I
one
think the evidence would suggest that.
because I like cheese, and I think giants are cool.
Well,
I'm going to hit this bowl right now with a lighter here.
in a survey done in 1988, 13% of those surveyed did, in fact, think the moon was made of cheese.
13%.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Well, 13% couldn't be wrong.
And 13 is a magic number. 13 is... Actually, M is the 13th letter of the alphabet, and M is the first letter in moon.
Hey, that's your proof
So,
right there.
really, like...
Yeah.
No.
It's true.
After that survey was released in 1989, nobody thought the moon was made of cheese anymore.
Nobody.
That was there to
There was quite a
squash.
few red-faced people walking around going, okay, well, yeah.
I used to think it was cheese.
I used to, yeah. But
I still do. I don't care.
Now I know it's a petroleum product.
I love the theory. And
Looks
I don't
like
care who
cheese.
knows.
It's cheese whiz.
so, things like that. At this point in the month, we only see 22% of the moon. But this month, we will be having 2 full moons here.
Wow.
A blue moon occurs on August 31. So, we're going to try to hunt down some blue cheese, and
That's
we'll do a
magical
show
day
for that.
on August 31st.
It is a magical day. Now,
Hey, I'd like to say happy wedding to my bro Bryce in Manitoba as well.
Happy
Nice.
420.
because
And
it's
happy
420 here.
because it's 420. Yeah.
It's a beaver moon, says Vapor 666.
Ooh,
A lot of people with 666 behind their name in the chat today.
What's
what
up,
the
all
hell is going
demon
on
children?
with that?
Some Crowleyites in the crowd.
All right, well, maybe we'll go switch to the other camera here and see that, well, there's David Malma Levine's
Howdy, folks.
face and likeness.
DML.
Is everybody fully dignified?
You might want to get close to microphones if you're going to speak.
There we go.
Yes, yes.
DML.
But it's 420 here in Vancouver. Hope it's 420 where you are. And if it's not, well, it doesn't matter. Smoke a joint.
You did get a haircut.
Smoke
I got many of them cut.
Oh.
You got many
Got
of
a
them
few of them
cut.
I left it long in the back, if you know what I mean.
Did they do that one at a time? Did they do that one at a time?
I did it myself because I've got the power.
Oh,
I sure know how to cut my own hair.
cool.
So
Here are our jokester.
we will carry on here with.
Very
I did have and do really have an explanation of how this show came to be. How it all. It's kind of like the behind the scenes of the making of From Under the Influence.
Sonny and Cher are 2 of David's favorite performers.
A lot of haircuts on the show. We're still giving away free haircuts.
Yeah,
down
we're
here.
still giving away free
Yeah, free
haircuts. You come
haircuts.
on down.
There's still time for
We'll.
some-
So how did this show come to light, Greg?
This show.
Yes,
I have no clue.
this particular
Oh, this particular episode.
this particular topic.
Well, I'm going to show you a piece of video that this started it all.
Oh,
This girl,
Oh, yeah.
her name is Theresa Andersson. And Al and I ran across this some years ago.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't yesterday. It was some years ago, as I
About
recall now.
8 years ago yesterday, actually.
And this is why.
So it's 8 years and a day today.
This is why we're calling this show How High the Moon. Check this out.
lost that soul that he thought he had. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, baby, don't you weep. Now, brothers, sisters, don't you cry. There'll be good times by my Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, baby, don't you weep. Oh,
That
Oh, there
chick
you go.
rocks.
Theresa Andersson, go look her up. There's a whole bunch more stuff from that very concert in that kind of quality out there. And wow, totally impressed with that. That was way cool. Very talented girl. That's not one of her compositions. I saw other ones where she just she plays all these instruments and samples records and.
I wonder what coven she belongs to.
Yeah, but wow, everybody's saying wow out there. Somebody said mom.
Mom.
Yeah, has his W's upside down. I think he's got a lazy W. Yeah, Theresa Andersson. I think there's 2 S's in Anderson. Could be 3 S's in Theresa. There should be. She was not only very talented but quite hot. Everyone in the room thought. But cool shit. And this is why I remind you that this show is called How High the Moon. This will come to light later on.
There's a definite link there.
So, maybe we can... no, our camera's gone black. Why did our camera go black?
We got black cam.
Black cam, black cam.
People vote for something and it turns out to be something else. They're gonna fucking
Their cam's not black.
No.
His
Well, there's-
cam's not black.
Maybe we get Adam play a little tune for us. We can take their microphone away from them.
Yeah.
Here, move that microphone over for Adam.
So, like, me and Al are in a band, right? And it's called Yeti. And we don't have a drummer yet that's solid or anything with us, and we're looking for one. So if you're a drummer or you know anyone who's a drummer, like, say something to Greg or the other dudes with the computers, right? And then, like, just get down here, right? And we'll fucking jam it out, man. And then we'll go be rock stars. It's really easy, man.
What song you got for us, Adam?
I'm gonna play something. It's gonna be like I'm gonna play a funny song.
Nice.
Okay, it's about let's see. Okay, so. Hey baby, I think it's been a while, so let's get together and do it doggy style. Take you down to Michigan to do your missionary. Take you to the cornfields and pick off both your cherries. Yo, on Horatio, I love fellatio. Mornings and afternoons, upside down in the spoons. You rock my world, reverse cowgirl. Suspended Congress, penetrate the anus. Can you get your legs any higher? Cunnilingus pile driver, yeah. Hey baby, I think it's been a while, so let's get together and do it doggy style. Do the 69, do the 71. That's just the 69 with 2 fingers in the bum. Wheelbarrow scissors, rusty back pump, rusty trombone, slippery dry hump. Auxiliary intercourse and memory. Intercourse means fucking an armpit or having sex with a pair of tits, of course. A shocker to you is no surprise to me. Blindfolded, bound, interracial fisting. Well, I love eating pussy, and I love going down. So finish me off, let's go for another round. Hey, baby, I think it's been a while. So let's get together and do it doggy style. Do the 69, do the 71. That's just the 69 with 2 fingers in the bum. Yeah, baby, it's been a while, so let's get together and do it doggy style. That's the end of that.
You just never know what you're gonna get.
And that's the end of that.
That's the shit.
Yeah, that was good.
That was called the Brady Bunch family reunion.
Yeah. You guys remember that from the Brady Bunch, I suspect.
Well, that was one of the. It was an alternative theme.
Yeah.
I thought the Monkees wrote that one.
Yeah.
They did actually.
Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart. Everyone loved it there in the chat.
like the ABBA cover.
Glad that you could hear it.
Works well with disco.
Yes. Adam chose that specifically because how high the moon today. I'm rolling Foteki number 18. Just for those of you
18
who are
is a
scoring
huge,
at
huge
home.
winner. 11 was fucking kick-ass. Now I'm trying the 17. 17 is very close to number 5.
Brandon just showed up. He says he's sorry he's late. How's everybody
We
doing?
can start the show now.
Yeah.
Okay, wicked. Thanks, bro. We've been waiting for you.
Rose is in the house in the background way over there. I don't know. We could probably.
What's happening, Rose?
She's back in there behind Marius and. So, what do you guys want to do? A big bong toke there on your
Yeah,
camera?
I was just about to do
bong
one.
tokes.
What do you know about that?
You want to throw some oil in that bong?
Throw some what on?
I got some hash oil made with an ethanol extract.
Well, sure. Never say no to something like that. Well, what a guy.
See, I'm a clumsy stoner.
How high the owl?
Oh, you let him leave his chair for 1 minute. It's high techy. High techy, low techy.
High techy, low techy.
Let's see what
You
else
always
may
make
be
me
going
do
on
it
out
that way.
there. Some stuff I found.
All right, I can do that. There we go. Thy will be done.
But I did run into another news story out there the other day. Now, a house in East Oakland foothills was the site of a shootout and discovery of an illegal marijuana grow last month. That house was destroyed by a suspicious fire. The house, 7815 Sunkist Drive, was vacant and appeared to have been for some time, officials said.
Interesting.
Now, no one claiming to be the owner showed up at the scene. Well, the firefighters were there.
Maybe the owner was tied up in the basement during the fire.
Now, the house had been the scene of a shootout between a robber and an occupant of the house on July 12th. No one was injured, and the robber escaped. Now, in a subsequent search of the house, police found a sophisticated indoor marijuana grow operation. Seized 250 plants. Street value $200,000. The man who shot at the robber and the 2 other residents' house were arrested for sale and cultivation of marijuana. Not for shooting at anyone. It's okay to
just defending
shoot.
his property.
Yeah, it's okay
You're
to
allowed
shoot
to do
at
that.
him.
Totally legal in the state.
Yeah. So, I just want to say again to those of you out there growing weed, don't be having shootouts at your house.
No, definitely.
Pretty good chance cops are gonna come and find your sophisticated indoor marijuana grow. I wonder how these people actually are able to have sophisticated grows.
I kind of wonder how sophisticated it was if the robber found it.
Yeah.
And that's sophisticated.
So, yeah, if you got any friends out there who are growers, sophisticated growers, ask them not to get into shootouts.
And
Say,
remember,
you know, you might
your
caution
grow
them.
is only as sophisticated as your biggest mouth involved.
Yeah. Yes.
You're right, Vapor. Actually,
Foam guns.
only
Nerf guns.
only people kill.
Some guns don't kill. Yeah, a lot of guns actually don't hit shit they're pointed at. Thank
Yeah.
God. People aren't very good shots.
Yeah, only people kill.
Yeah.
You put the gun on the table for days and days and days, and nobody will get shot. You keep it in your drawer, nobody's gonna get shot. Anywhere you keep it, nobody's gonna get shot until you pull it out and make it work.
there. See? So, you people with your sophisticated marijuana grows and handguns, leave them on the table. Just leave the guns on the table. And you robbers,
You robbers.
you robbers,
Grow your
stop.
own fucking weed, you
Yeah.
fucking assholes.
2 stories
Stop
today.
getting us motherfuckers busted, you fucks.
And there was the guy in fucking Moscow ripping off this 70-year-old woman's grow. A little snip for later. They actually showed pictures of the pot. It's still in veg. Like it's barely even flowering.
What the
A lot
fuck's
of
your
grannies growing
problem?
weed these days.
Fucking drunk Russian?
She was in Moscow, for God's sake. It's not a great place to be growing weed. But
Well, I bet you she had been doing it for years and years before this asshole came along.
Didn't know it was weed.
yeah, didn't even know what it was.
She probably didn't know it was weed.
It was a charming shrubbery.
It was just some charming shrubbery, yeah.
So you notice when Adam was playing that song that he was toting a Les Paul kind of guitar. It's not an official Les Paul, but it is a Les Paul look-alike.
Body style.
Now, this is getting even closer and closer to the reason for our show, but we're still not going to reveal it yet. But
When is Charlie Sheen going to be on the show? Says Baker.
here's
Charlie Sheen's always been on the show.
yeah, he's
He
always
just
here.
doesn't like to be
Yeah.
shown.
The show is winning.
He's fucking he's out of control. We don't let him get him close to a microphone anymore.
Not a chance.
Fucking Chuck, come on,
Yeah.
dude. But
Starts doing fucking Ethel Merman impersonations and shit.
here's a story too out of Markham, Ontario. And this is in Canada. York Regional Police officers were performing a routine inspection of Rouge Valley Park on their ATVs when they decided to be extra cautious and call a helicopter.
Sure they did. Hey,
To be extra
Hey,
cautious.
we should be super cautious and call in a helicopter.
That's
Okay.
that's when officers in the helicopter spotted some strange-looking corn growing in fields just north of the park. The guys in the helicopter directed our officers on the ATV towards the cornfield, and they found a large marijuana grow-op mixed in amongst the corn. It's like the first fucking time these guys had even heard of marijuana.
well, it sounds to me like they fucking didn't have a warrant to search the land.
Yeah.
They fucking made up a whole bunch of bullshit.
Oh, we didn't feel safe, so we thought we'd call in a helicopter, and he found it.
Once the officers on the ATVs made their way to the grow-op, they discovered 250 pot plants worth at least $1,000 each. They thought originally it was strange-looking corn, and then all of a sudden they knew exactly what they were worth. It's pot, and they're $1,000
Some of
each.
that corn.
They even call them grow-ops out in the middle of a fucking cornfield. Kind of a garden.
Cannabis factory.
The talking cop said that the officers on the ATVs were actually looking for squatters, kids partying, or hazards in remote areas of the park, not accessible by foot or car, when they called the helicopter.
What's
Our-
more of a waste of money?
Our guys in the helicopter get to know what marijuana plants look like from up there.
Yeah, but they said it was like, hey man, this cornfield looks weird, dude. Go check it out.
We began ripping out the plants and had to continue our work Thursday morning because we ran out of time.
It's like the buzzer. You're out of time.
I want to go to Markham and see the cops they have there. They're
I
like
would love
fucking
to fucking go to
cartoon cops or something. Some of the plants will also be sent to Health Canada for analysis. After that, they'll be destroyed. Oh, the cops won't be there anymore. After that, they'll be destroyed. The Drugs and Vice Unit will now examine the seized marijuana and take over the case to determine who's responsible for the grow-off. A grow-off. a field of corn.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe the corn's responsible. You know?
Monsanto. Maybe they fucked up. Sent them the wrong seeds. What are they at?
Crops did it all.
Maybe that's why it looked like strange corn.
Mutant.
The strange growing corn.
It's got a DNA from a fish scale and a marijuana plant all together.
See, only the guys in the helicopter know what the weed looks like, is what the guy said. He said, our guys in the helicopter get to know what marijuana plants look like from up there. So he thinks they're just strange corn down on the ground.
Wow, this shit looks like strange corn. Hey, can you go up in the helicopter and let me know if it's weed? I can't tell from this close.
Yeah, that's good for the budget.
That's fucked.
Okay, here's a little something we're going to show you now.
Potake 17 was okay. It was Otake.
Yeah?
But 11 and 18 were fucking
Yeah, get pretty baked out,
Right in
18.
stash.
So here's another little piece of video for you to enjoy, and this is how it all came together after Al and I saw Theresa Andersson do her shit. I thought of Les Paul right away, and I'm sure all of you did when you saw her play. But
And if you didn't, we'll
didn't,
go over that in a little bit.
Les Paul, he's actually the inventor of looping and using choruses and multi-tracking, and he also performed it live with his lovely wife Mary Ford, and one of their top hits back in the 50s was How High the Moon. So you can see how the pieces are starting to fall together. So check this out, a couple minutes of some old school classic, depends on what school you went to.
Add back to us and maybe put in a 25th.
Somewhere there's music, I'll paint the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above, love is far away too. Till it comes true that you love me as I love you. Somewhere there's music, I'll dare how far. Somewhere there's heaven, it's where you are. The darkest night would shine if you would come to me soon. Until you will still my heart, how high the moon. Somewhere there's music, I'll play the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. The darkest night would shine if you would come to me soon. Until you will, I'll still my heart.
Les Paul and Mary Ford, you could see the
music's
juxtaposition. No, he didn't have, he wasn't barefoot and working switches with his feet, but you could see two or three big reel-to-reels is what he was working with. He was actually looping his guitar live. He was doing that all live. They had, I think, multi-tracked her voice a dozen times before the performance, and she sang to that. But pretty fucking cool. I don't know. YouTube, got to give him credit, man. You can find anything out there, and it all comes together. So that's how we came up with
How High the Moon.
How High the Moon. Now, there's a ton of other versions out there. Jeff Beck has a pretty good version of How High the Moon.
Masters of Reality.
Yeah, you can go out there, have a look, and see what you can find. But Les Paul, that was pretty cool. He was playing a Les Paul, too. An old one. You know how much that'd be worth? That frickin' guitar? Oh, my God. Owned by Les Paul? Oh, my God. That one? Yeah, fuck, it'd be crazy.
Why, you guys
But
wanna
fun
buy it?
stuff. Yeah, maybe we'll get that.
$250. I'll sell it to you guys right now. I need beer money.
Go to Denver and advertise that you need beer money.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they'll let you advertise you need beer money.
All right, so what's going on out there in the chat? It's time to own up. You guys been out there fucking all over the map talking about whatever the fuck you want to. Well, we're not paying attention now.
About Nikola Tesla and Les Paul.
Now we have.
Well,
now we're looking at.
There
ya.
is some kind of
Yeah,
controversy
the
that Tesla
Green
invented
Supreme.
Les Paul.
Ah,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
He did invent everything.
But
But,
we.
but Edison took the credit for inventing Les Paul, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
E equals MC less Paul.
Right.
Right.
And Edison sold the more Paul.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
Edison actually invented RuPaul.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So what's going on?
guy.
Chat. Come on. Own up. Let's see it. Pay attention now. I want you guys saying stuff now. Now you got nothing. You got nothing. We're
How
not
do I
looking.
reduce residue on leaves after a foliar spray?
Spray it with
warm water.
Yeah. Spray it with water. Buddy Jesus.
I wonder if that's really Buddy Guy.
Yeah. He's Buddy Guy sits in a lot
Asking for
on
grow
the show.
tips.
You guys didn't know.
Yeah, Buddy Guy's actually just starting to grow. And,
Yeah.
comes in here looking for pointers
He's-
under different names. So I'm just
he's
wondering. You
He's
never know.
growing all the blues.
Yeah, he's growing the blues.
He's got blueberry, blue velvet. There's some sweet blue. There's
Yeah,
blue god.
yeah, some blue cheese.
That'd be good. Buddy Guy growing the blues. So maybe you might even want to fashion your own garden after a color. Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Greens, blues, there's purples, there's reds. So,
Medical marijuana was officially certified for the Arkansas ballot today, according to Steeltown there.
nice. Good on Arkansas, if you will.
Yeah, it is.
Wherever the hell Arkansas is. I don't even know.
Today is a 1 year anniversary of Jack Layton's death.
Is that right?
Really? Yeah.
Well,
It was in the paper
let's,
and everything.
I tell you, in my whole
One for
life,
Jack.
I don't. I've never considered the death of someone as being a day to remember. But
Martin Luther King Day?
Was that his day?
Oh, no, actually.
I
that
think
was
of him
his
on
birthday, right.
his 48th birthday.
It's still a day to remember him, though.
Hey.
Like, can't you just remember people? I don't know.
Somebody asked, what do you think about the legalization in Seattle and Hempfest?
I don't think it was legalized in Seattle or at Hempfest.
It seemed like it was.
So I think you got
This year it
something
definitely
mixed
seemed
up
like
there.
it was.
Yes, they're going berserk.
There's a
People
lot
are
of
fucking
infighting
crazy.
In Seattle. A lot of infighting in Washington about the whole issue because half of the activists there want to pass 502 and some of the activists don't. The major organizations all support 502, but some of the activists from within some of those organizations don't necessarily as well.
Well, that's why they're activists.
Yeah,
But
they're
they'll find
actively
something
battling
else
back
to
and
be
forth.
active about once if 502 gets passed. They'll be the ones that get the amendments to 502.
Right.
So they should just shut up, let 502 get passed, and then come out and say, no, let's make this amendment, let's make this
I
amendment.
agree with
So
that
just shut your
completely.
fucking mouth and let some shit fucking happen. It's progress, assholes.
Yeah, no, I gotta agree with you there. I think 502 should pass, and then all the crap that's in it, like the DUI thing, can be amended, legislated out of it,
Yeah, man.
and it'll be better that way for sure.
Oh, it'd fall quickly,
Yeah.
but I find it exceedingly bizarre that these people are so fucking crazy about marijuana. My God, it's almost embarrassing that you have to go through this shit. And some of the stuff that was published there on Toke of the fucking Clown. Hey? My God, like what the fuck is that? That was totally uncalled for, and just it shows the immaturity of these people and their inability to wrap their heads around legalization like they're asking the straight world to do, for fuck's sakes. I don't know. Medical marijuana has caused a lot of holes in the program. If
you come at influential supporters with such fucking juvenile rhetoric, you're not going to get any fucking progress, and it doesn't matter what the fuck you're representing.
Yeah, really, this personal... what big deal? Like, big deal, 502. You think it's the end of the fucking world. On both sides of the coin, for Christ's sakes. It's either going to pass or it's not, and you'll pick up the pieces the next day. Right? So, what the hell? I don't get it. There's some heavyweight people involved in trying to get it to go through, but how could... I don't know. I just can't conceive of people saying, okay, well, why don't we create a proposition that's evil and wrong and bad, and we'll really push it through? And, like, people don't do that, right? They're trying to... Because fucking adults on this planet can't wrap their head around this stupid little plant, all these people with their propositions want to placate each and every one of their concerns. So they do, and they load it up with a bunch of fucking rules that nobody in their right mind really wants. Get out of here. We don't need the rules around this that any of them are purporting, for fuck's sakes, but no one can conceive of that because you all think in some way that it's dangerous. And it needs to be controlled. Why the fuck does everything need to be controlled? Particularly by a government body or some other idiot that doesn't know anything about it.
Oh, this is true for sure.
Like, what the fuck is that? When you really look at marijuana, it's a damn near benign substance. It needs very little control whatsoever, for fuck's sakes. It needs to be controlled like coffee, for fuck's sakes. In my whole life...
more than coffee, but yeah, fucking rights. But I do agree.
In my whole life, I've smoked marijuana out of the black market. In my whole life, I've heard all the possible dangers of things that could be done to this plant and sprayed on this plant, all the avids, all the fucking... I've smoked it all. And there's nothing. And all of my friends have, and so has everyone else, because that's all there's ever been. The most dangerous marijuana could possibly be created in the black market. Now, granted, I'm close to honest, good people who aren't, but over the years, come on. And out there in the world, come on. And nobody's dying. Nobody's getting emphysema from avid.
Where are the bodies? Show the bodies!
So, why do you need any control?
Right,
and it's all to placate the fucking prohibitionist bullshit that's been spread about this plant and its production thereof, for God's sakes. Like, really? Get out of here. Nobody... And what the fuck? Why aren't people reasonable enough to figure out that nobody even has an impairment test for cannabis smoking? So why the fuck is anybody purporting that there needs to be anything about driving while under the influence?
But I have to say, I know people that I will not fucking get into a car with after they've left my place. I've got a couple buddies that are like, they're so spun that for sure they shouldn't really be driving when they leave my place. I don't think so. Because they can't handle it.
When I go over to Al's place, I don't leave.
It's like, why the fuck would you?
So, you don't have to worry about me driving. But well, maybe we'll pick up on that next show. But
I mean, like, let's say you're smoking 2 ounces a day. Do you really think you should be just ripping around, driving everywhere and stuff? Maybe not.
It depends.
I mean, if you're capable of smoking 2 ounces a day, you probably could drive, and I see people's argument.
I've smoked tremendous amounts of marijuana and have driven, and never once did I ever feel like I shouldn't be driving.
No,
did it ever cross my mind?
We really don't get impaired off of this
So, So maybe my tolerance is such that I can operate a heavy vehicle.
What they should be doing is they
influence.
should be doing tolerance tests.
Well, they should have.
And
They
if
should
you pass
figure
your
out.
tolerance test, you should be able to drive.
Well, it's
But
marijuana
if you're
users.
an idiot after a joint, you shouldn't be able to do much. Because then you're just probably an idiot.
Well, many of my friends have been stopped and marijuana smell in the car, so they're subject then to an impairment test on the side of the road, and they give them the alcohol impairment test, which they pass with flying colors, which frustrates the police so much because they can't fucking prove it, because maybe there's nothing to prove. But at any rate, I don't know what the fuck. You drop a joint in your lap, or you spill your beer when you're driving. What the fuck? It can be hazardous, I suppose. But they don't have a test. So why on earth would a proposition being proposed have anything to do with drunk driving? For fuck's sakes, that you cannot drive. Why are you saying that? There is no proof. There's no fucking. Nobody's even asking the question.
I'm just wondering if they let people
It's
drive.
ridiculous that bill was designed the way it was.
Well, I'm just wondering if in Seattle, if they're allowed to drive under prescription of oxycodone or hydromorph or any of that stuff.
No, well, they have to test you. It's the same thing. So either whether it gets passed or not, police can pull you over if they think you're impaired. If they see that you're erratically driving or something, or have some reason to believe that you're impaired, then they can pull you over. But there has to be a reason for them to do it. Now, they can also pull you over for, having a taillight out or whatever. And then if they come and they see and have some reason for thinking you're impaired, like looking into your eyes or whatever, or so on and so forth, they could theoretically search you for that. They can do that now. They can do that after 502.
Yeah.
The same way. The difference is, if it goes through the entire process of them pulling you over, busting you and saying you look like you're impaired, going through this process, then eventually when it gets to court, the prosecutor is allowed to use that 5 nanogram limit, and the judge can advise the jury that that's enough to say that there's proof that they're impaired. But the jury still has the ability to say that they don't think they were impaired.
But do they have the same stance against opiates?
Yeah, it's essentially the same with opiates as it is with marijuana.
Do they enforce it like?
Well, it's never. That's the thing, is it's not enforced at all. But that's the fear of these people, is that all of a sudden it's going to be heavily enforced once the headlines read legalization in Washington State, weed to be sold in stores. For some reason, they think that the cops are then going to be more likely to enforce.
So it's just
these
basically
laws.
a bunch of susceptible sheep feeding it, but
well, I don't really believe it. I don't buy
off
it.
the fear mongering. That
I don't see any evidence that all of a sudden the cops will switch, or going from the direction they've been heading in, which is to become more lax about it, into this more harsh way once everybody thinks that it's legalized, and also once you're allowed to actually possess a full ounce of marijuana, and they set up stores possibly, where state-run stores where they're selling marijuana. If that does happen, I mean, the federal government could come through and karate chop any of this stuff. No matter what bill gets passed, no matter what happens, the federal government can come through and do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but still, I think if Washington State passes this thing, and it doesn't end up being the way they want, or they do start enforcing and going after patients, then it will be immediately changed. It can be legislated away. There's already been bills put forward to legislate those parts, the DUI parts, away, so medical marijuana patients don't have anything to do with that, basically. But they were premature because the bill hasn't passed yet. But you can legislate this stuff away, and you don't have to wait 2 years like people are saying.
It would crumble like dry kush.
You can change through legislation some of the things about.
Well, I really don't understand what people are bitching about, because as it stands, they can still get pulled over and get all their shit taken away for smoking weed.
Sure.
And get impaired driving and
but
have
it's
their
this nanogram limit that people are upset about.
Well, I think the 5 nanogram limit is fine for Toronto.
Well, those guys, they barely smoke a nanogram in a show.
So
actually, they buy their weed in nanograms.
For them, that'd be fine. But I think we'd want to.
Yeah, but Washington State smokes hard.
2 nanograms of sativa.
We're not talking about Toronto levels here. We're talking about Washington State levels.
Normal levels. Everywhere else in the world where we're smoking megagrams, extreme grams.
Yeah. Washington. Grams. When I was at Hempfest just for the weekend, we smoked some of the craziest stuff.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good weed at Hempfest.
What's
I
like
smoked about 250 watts today.
Stoned exchange rate?
That's about right.
For American weed.
We have smoked lots.
98.
Well, I smoked some good
all right.
stuff from San Francisco. That was awesome. Amazing weed. There was some really, really good weed at from San Francisco at Hempfest, and there was good Seattle weed there. I got to say again, I think I said this on Mick's show, I had a lozenge when I was there. And this lozenge was like the greatest cannabis edible I think I've ever had. It was based on this, it was a sativa lozenge. And it was really strong. And the person who gave it to me said, you'll be up for 10 hours after you take this, so don't take it right before bed. And I was buzzing. And it was an amazing type of high that I've never really had from pot before. I've had it from sativa, but it felt... Usually when I smoke a strong sativa, I get a little buzzy in my neck. I'm like, zzz. This was like calm and relaxed, but alert and sharp. It was pretty amazing. Cool. I want more of them. It was good stuff. And I actually got to smoke the weed that it was based on, and it also had the same effect.
Nice.
So, but the lozenge itself was just intensified a lot. It's pretty good.
And good for your throat.
Yeah, I guess
Right?
so.
Keeps your throat...
It was delicious as well.
Your throat sounds quite velvety.
Right. I still have a Shambhala throat going on, I think.
Well, yeah.
We don't know.
Masked,
We don't want
but
to know what you
no.
did at Shambhala.
Yeah. You can
Definitely not what you put
save
in
that
your
for
throat.
the Friday.
Yeah.
Save that for the Friday show.
Yeah, that's for the Friday
exactly.
show.
You'll want to tune in at 4 o'clock Pacific time to hear the Shambhala
The Shambhala throat.
throat singing stories. Yeah, glad you guys could tune in today. We had a blast being with you.
Hey,
Smoking
YMB's
weed.
in the house. What's happening?
What are you smoking? Come on, give us a list right now. Right now.
An imposter. Get the fuck out, you imposter. Oh, sorry, man. You can stay.
Can the Bud Booster by
Hotaki.
Supernatural
We're
be
smoking
used now?
Hotaki.
What's that?
Can the Bud Booster by Supernatural be used from weeks 2 through 7 during flowering instead of just the last 2 weeks?
You shouldn't use anything in week 7. But yeah. You could use it all the way through if you really wanted, but what I would say, are you talking about like Bloom Boost or Bud Blaster?
We got Super Skunk
That's
Hash
what I
up
want.
there.
If it's the Bloom Booster, you can use it start to finish.
Durban Poison.
But you should like do
Still.
your last feeding in week 6. And give it a heavy feeding in week 6, and then keep it on water after that.
Northern Bongs watching the show, not smoking, because he's run out of weed.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Man, how north is your bong?
Well, so far today, the
Cali
Hotaki
Kush.
number 18 was the winner.
Jean-Guy.
Jean-Guy. Oh, I love Jean-Guy.
Afghani and
That's some
Jean-Guy.
fucking good shit, man.
Pure water. Pure water.
Did you
All
get
right.
your name after a northern song?
AK-47.
It's only a northern bone.
Well, let's coax a final tune out of our, as we like to call them, house band.
Nice. I think Al should be playing too sometimes.
I gotta roll and smoke weed
I know you guys.
Al's got. Here,
I-
give.
I got other commitments, man.
Put that up for Rose.
Okay. I'll learn to play
You wanna-
bass with my feet or something like that.
Yeah.
Dick.
Did you want to? Let's bring Rose in and.
Yeah, this is you. This is you. Yeah, this is you.
And let's see what that camera looks like. So, yeah, there's Mr. Marius and Jeremiah. Thanks to them, as always, for joining in on the fun and frolic and finding out stuff. That's what we do here, fun, frolic, and find out stuff. I'm glad that they had so many amazing lunar statistics to share with us today. So, I don't know. August 31 is the blue moon, so fucking duck, because it's going to be crazy.
It's weird in between.
Go to Jane's Addiction.
Between
Queen
those
Elizabeth Theater.
moons.
August
the
31st.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, want to thank Al as well for being in the house, too. And
Thanks for having me.
It was all organic today.
It was all organic.
Yeah. From Fine Garden.
Yes, very fine, and not pre-packaged organics, mind you. Like this guy does work. Like he does like organic teas that he brews himself, and like all kinds of crazy shit. He told me stories about like boiling alfalfa and potatoes and all kinds of stuff. So there you go.
Nice.
Tricantanol and sugars.
Well, I'm Marijuana Man. I want to thank you all for being here. Peace. And pod. We're going to go out with a tune
Is that what
from...
that shit is? Oh, wow.
Don't tell Al.
Oh, look,
We're going to
the
go out with a
little
tune from Rose and Adam. I want to thank them for being here, too. And you guys enjoy your day.
Mr. Adam Jang came up with this idea. Personally, I think that's the whole problem, you know, is there's not enough good greed and there's not enough love. You could just get all these people down one room, sit down, maybe you should just lock them up there, you know, until they resolve all their shit. What are we talking about? Everyday coolin', baby, I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send you, honey, back to school. Way down inside, honey, you need it. I'm gonna give you love. Gonna give you love. Want a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love. Mm-hmm. You've been learning, baby, I've been burning. Mm-hmm. On them good times, baby, I've been yearning. Way down inside, honey, you need it. Gonna give you loving. Gonna give you loving. Want a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love. I want a whole lot of love. Mm-hmm. Mr. Adam Jang. Mm-hmm. Way down inside, honey, you need it. Oh, love. So, peace out.